Have you ever snapped at someone you care about, or felt so frustrated that you wanted to scream? That's the energy of level 125, anger, and it's more common than you think. Anger is a powerful emotional frequency, resonating deeply within us, often triggered by feelings of injustice, betrayal, or frustration. It can feel like a storm brewing inside, a whirlwind of emotions that threatens to spill over at the slightest provocation. Living at the level of anger is like being perpetually on edge, where every minor inconvenience feels like a personal affront. Perhaps you've experienced a moment where someone cut you off in traffic, and in that split second, a surge of adrenaline rushes through your veins, your heart races, and your fists clench instinctively. It's as if a switch has been flipped, propelling you into a state of heightened awareness and intense emotion. In that moment, it's easy to forget the bigger picture, to lose sight of the fact that this small incident does not define your day or your worth. Anger often arises from a sense of powerlessness or betrayal. It can be triggered by a colleague taking credit for your work, a friend breaking a promise, or a loved one dismissing your feelings. The common thread is a perceived injustice that ignites a fire within you. This fire, while it can feel invigorating, is also draining. The obsessive thoughts that accompany anger can create a loop of resentment and frustration, robbing you of your peace and clouding your judgment. Imagine carrying the weight of that anger with you throughout your day. It seeps into your interactions, coloring your responses, and influencing your decisions. You might find yourself lashing out at those who don't deserve it, or withdrawing from relationships entirely, fearing that your anger will spill over. This cycle can feel inescapable, but it's essential to recognize that while anger is a valid emotion, it is not a sustainable state of being. So, how can you transform this potent energy into something more constructive? The journey begins with acknowledgement. Recognizing anger as a natural response to certain stimuli is the first step. It's essential to give yourself permission to feel angry without judgment. This is not about suppressing your emotions, but rather about understanding them. Once you've acknowledged your anger, consider it a stuck door, a barrier that can be unlocked with the right tools. One effective strategy is to practice mindfulness. By taking a moment to breathe deeply and center yourself, you can create space between the trigger and your reaction. This pause allows you to assess the situation more objectively, giving you the power to choose how to respond rather than simply reacting. Another powerful tool is journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you process your anger and gain clarity. You might find that as you put pen to paper, the intensity of your emotions begins to dissipate. This act of expression can be cathartic, transforming your anger into insights about what truly matters to you. Physical activity is also a fantastic outlet for anger. Engaging in exercise can release pent-up energy and produce endorphins, the body's natural mood lifters. Whether it's a brisk walk, a run, or even a dance party in your living room, moving your body can help you channel that anger into something positive. Consider the story of Maya, a woman who battled chronic anger for years. After a particularly explosive argument with her partner, she realized that her anger was not just affecting her relationship, but also her overall well-being. Determined to change, Maya began to explore her emotions through therapy and journaling. One day, while writing about her feelings of betrayal from a past friendship, she discovered that her anger was rooted in unresolved pain. With this newfound awareness, Maya started to practice mindfulness techniques, taking moments throughout her day to breathe and reflect before reacting. She discovered that by acknowledging her anger without judgment, she could slowly transform it into something more empowering. Instead of lashing out, she began to communicate her feelings with compassion, leading to deeper connections with those around her. Maya's journey illustrates that change is not only possible, but achievable with intention and effort. As you navigate your own relationship with anger, ask yourself, what triggers my anger? How do I typically respond? What would happen if I took a moment to breathe and reflect instead of reacting? These questions can help you unlock the door to a higher state of consciousness, one that transcends anger and leads to emotional healing. The potential for transformation is vast. When you release anger, you create space for elevated emotions like pride, acceptance, and even love. Imagine shifting from a place of anger to one of empowerment, where you can express yourself authentically without the burden of resentment. If you're seeking support on this journey, consider exploring resources like the World Tapping Circle. This community offers tools and techniques to help process and release anger, guiding you toward emotional freedom. By tapping into collective wisdom, you can learn to navigate your emotions with grace and resilience. Reflect on your experiences with anger. How has it shaped your relationships? How do you handle it when it arises? Engaging in this reflection can be a powerful step toward understanding and ultimately transforming your emotional landscape. Remember, anger is not the enemy. It's a signal, a call to action, urging you to examine your feelings and seek a path toward healing. Embrace the journey and unlock the potential for a more profound, loving existence.